Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Dead Car Rescue. We're going to go to Tennessee and buy a 64 Ford Fairlane V8 automatic car. Looks kind of like the old 64 Thunderbolts, just a little bit. Let's go get it, see what it looks like, bring it home. Hey everybody, well, I'm back home now, so let's go take a look at this old Ford. 1964. It does have a good clear title. Ain't that cool, that front end on that thing. There is some rust issues. I'm going to show you the engine. Now that's about as simple as you're going to get. You can see there, nothing, no accessories, no air conditioner, no power steering, no power brakes, no cruise control, just 302 engine with a radiator and a transmission on it, fan blades and alternator. And that's what I got. I got a little 2-barrel Motorcraft carburetor. Don't look too bad under here. The fenders, all the tops. The fenders is good. That one little rust spot down there at the bottom on this fender is the only one I found that was out on the outside of the body. But windshield rubber has separated. Look at that. And it's like that all the way up around the top. But the windshield's good. It's got a little scratches from the windshield wipers. The door's good, the fenders are good, the rear quarters are good. Now there you can see the floor has been patched. That's patch panels. Well, that's sheet metal. I don't know if it's patch panels or not. I think this whole thing right here, this whole thing has been replaced. If you look at that weld right there, in front of that weld, you see where the red meets the dark color? That looks like it's just been cut out of another car and laid up there. So that's okay, really. I mean, if this come out of another car, you know, that's okay. That's okay with me. May not be okay with you guys. That dash needs to be taken off over there and spray painted like a silver or something like that. But that's something I can do or somebody else can do. New gas tank. And it is automatic and floor. But it's not bad at all, really. Looks like somebody put some on the hood. Look at the hood. And also look at this. Looks like somebody put some paint remover on it and just let it sit, kind of. But it's not too awful bad. Now, here's the rusty spot. I'm going to show you this. It's rusty like, mine's real bad right here on my Fairlane. But this is in good shape compared to my Fairlane. You know, these can be patched. You can cut these off and scab them on here, some new pieces. But this right here is gone. And you can see right there, it's still solid. But needs some work. Now, a guy like me would probably, I don't know if I'd do anything to it besides maybe glue a brand new rubber in there and drive it. you could do that. And there is a gas tank in it. But that new gas tank will replace that. I don't know exactly. Oh, the floors, yeah. The floors in the trunk. There's a new spring, a used spring. But let me show you this. Okay. See that? That's flat metal. But that's where it's rusted at. All that down in there looks about probably going to have holes in it. Somebody has took this plumb out. Looks like they had to. I don't know how they got that out of there. Anyway, I think clips go in there is what it is, and holds that piece that holds the trunk down. Got a little hole right there. And right there. Yep. But like the Cougar, there's no rust out here. So there's a little spot there. But it's fixable. You could make a Thunderbolt out of this. You know what I'm talking about? Thunderbolts, guys. The 64 Thunderbolt. Get rid of those bumpers and get a new bumper. And that would look so much better. If it does need some work down at the bottoms, I'm sure it might have some soft spots, but you can just drive it like that. And in Arkansas, you would. The doors are decent. Of course, all this stuff here is gone. All of it. And by the way, that's a Chevette steering wheel. Me and the guy that owned this thing figured it out. I said, that's a Chevette steering wheel. And the back pans have also had a piece of sheet metal laid over. I hope they cut it out, but if they didn't, it's just laid over the rust. And that's what we got. Still up here under the hood, this is the best part. I hope this motor runs. He said he thinks it will because it used to run years ago. And this thing was set up in '83. Is when last time it was tagged. And it did run when it was set up. But that's a long, long, long time. But we're going to cross our fingers and hope we can get it to turn over. Oh, by the way, he did say it turned over. I forgot about that. He said you could turn the motor over with your hand. So, never mind. I'm thinking of another car. But this car right here, he said you could turn it over. So, the motor is not locked up. I get my cars mixed up because I got like 8 out there in the yard right now that I'm going to be working on for you guys. And the Cougar was the last one, the Ford that I bought, so or Mercury. But you know what I mean. You get them mixed up sometimes, and that's just what I did. But we are going to get this thing running. If it'll turn over and it's not just stuck, valves and stuff like that stuck on it, we will start it and run it, get it running. So stay tuned, and we'll start on this thing, let's see. I'm going to say Monday. Because the wife's here on the weekend, and I got to stay around, hang around with her, and do some things because she's got a job. She's got a job. And I don't. I'm retired. But we'll get this all cleaned out, and you can see a little better once I get it cleaned out. all right. First thing we're going to do, I think it's water. First thing we're going to do is see if it's got any fire coming to the points. Let's see, negative. All right, I'll turn the key on. I did notice none of the dash lights work because you can't get that switch out. Okay, we got fire. Yep, we got fire in the points. So, if you got fire, you gotta have gas. So let's get some gas. Let's not get gas like we did last time and mix it up with cleaning fluid, because cleaning fluid will not start a car. Lesson learned. That distributor cap looks brand new. Okay. Turn the key off. Now, gasoline. If you ever get a chance to when you go to flea markets and such, and you get a chance to buy those cheap hose clamps in a bag, there's like 100 of them for $5, just pass on by. Those things, I've got them. Bought 2 bags thinking, yes. Got them home and said, no, these don't work. They tighten up crooked, they're made over in somewhere, I don't know where, but they're not any good. They're not good. You start tightening them up, they strip. Just pass on by, okay? Words of wisdom, words of experience from me. Get the good ones. There's some good ones, and I just overlooked them. But anyway, we got it hooked up. We're going to pour some gas in here. Try to get the thing to start and run. Do not put gasoline in a Sonic or any other styrofoam cup. I don't know why I told you that, but I learned my lesson a long time ago. For some of you new guys that don't know, you will make it about, once you pour gas in it, you'll make it right about to here and the bottom will fall out of it. Words of wisdom from this old guy. I don't know where I get all this information. I guess I learned it myself. Just say, hey, Steve taught me that. try it again. Well, there she is. It will run. Looks like I'm gonna have to be doing another carburetor overhaul. I'm getting pretty good at these. Don't know what I'm doing, but I'm seeming to find it out and work it out. So let's just go get a carburetor kit, get that thing running better, and we'll go from there. Say I've never tore into one of these. But we'll figure it out together. I've always said don't be afraid to tear into something. If you've never been into it before, don't worry about it. If you mess up, you can always buy a new carburetor. That's my way of thinking. See that? I have no idea what that is. Now, this should hold down a ball bearing. And that ball bearing should fall out. I see it right there. And there she is. Ah, this carburetor's been broke. It's been puttied up, so that carburetor is no good. Okay, there's no way, nothing we can do with that. How come I didn't see that? Wow. Now I do have another one. I have another carburetor. I have this one right here. And I might as well go ahead and tear into the top of this one and take the top off of it and see what it looks like inside. But, ooh. Well, folks, I got to show you this. It looks like something took a dump. Something took a dump in the carburetor. Dirt dauber. That's a dirt dauber nest, or mud dauber, whatever you want to call them. That dumb little baby thing going on in there. He'd say, Steve, why would you even want to put that back together? Well, I don't. All right. You can see what we got going on here. It doesn't look too bad down in there. It's just in this part back here. All right, we'll try to clean that out and get back with you. Okay, everybody, there is the carburetor overhaul, the way they do it at Buckeye, Arkansas. You'll notice I didn't check the float because I'm illiterate, and I do not know exactly how to set it, so I just leave it alone. I hate to say that, but there's a few things I got flaws in. You folks may not know it, but you will if you watch my videos. I'm not even going to Google it because I don't care. I've got by 68 years without knowing that stuff, and I made a pretty good living for myself, so it ain't always how smart you are, how smart you are at learning things you like to do. And I always drove a truck, worked on cars, so that's what I love to do, and that's what I've done in my life. So take me for what I am. That's just all I can say. But in the meantime, we got the carburetor overhauled. May not be the way you guys would do it, but it's this is one of those quick jobs. A lot of times you just put a needle valve and seat in them, stick them back together, blow the jets out, and go. But there it is, and we'll get it on this car and we'll see if it runs. We'll see if I did a good job. Okay, folks, let's see what it does. Okay, I got a fuel line hooked up to it, and fuel pump squirting gas out the side of it. The radiator is steaming because it's kind of cracked at the top, and I'm gonna have to replace the radiator. I'm gonna put a thermostat in it, a new fuel pump, a voltage regulator. I gotta hook the accelerator pedal up, and I gotta change the transmission. Yeah, transmission's bad. Got it running. I'll show you. I put it in gear. Nothing. There's nothing in any gear. Drive shaft is in it. It does run good though. Probably needs a tune-up, but that's about as far as we're going to go with this thing. I've got some options. I got clutch pedals in it, and I'm going tomorrow to buy or Sunday. Today is Friday. I'm going Sunday to buy a 71 Ford Torino. It has a 302 It has a 3-speed standard transmission, and I think that's in the floor. I'm not sure if somebody's put it in the floor, but it also has a Ford 4-speed transmission in the back. He said that will go with it. I don't know why. Maybe it's got a bad 3-speed. Maybe somebody just put it in there. But as far as this car, there's a reason that somebody don't drive something like this. And the reason was probably in '83, the transmission went out in it. And there's nothing you can do but change the transmission. I checked the fluid. It was low on fluid. I put fluid in it. Who knows? It might come start working. I don't know. But I will put some tires on it. I got some new tires in the back of the truck. I'm going to put those on here and just get it rolling where I can park it out back and decide what I want to do with it. I do have a C4 that will fit right on it. That was on that motor and transmission I started on that little work table. I don't even know if it's good, but it does turn. I do know that. So all we're going to do right now to finish this thing off for this video is we're going to put those 4 tires on it. I got the ones that came on my Fairlane. They're 14-inch. Those are the ones like it was on the Cougar. I told you the guy had must have bought a bunch of them. KUMHO, Cumho tires. And we're going to put them on this car. And we're going to clean the back out and see how bad the rust is. And then we'll get back with you when we start doing that. Stay tuned. Well, okay, everybody. That's going to pretty much wrap it up right there. As you can see, I have a rust issues. And I'm not going to do anything else to it because the transmission is out on it. We're going to put it outside. That can be fixed. It's not really rusted down on the frame rails. It's rusted right on top. And that's the thinnest part of the metal. That's kind of like galvanized up under there. It's got rust on it, but it's no holes on the frame rails. It holds the back of the springs. And I can fix that. We're going to call it quits for here. I still think I got a good deal, even though the transmission's out. So, who knows? It may have a 4-speed in it in a few days or a few weeks or something like that. I will post more videos on this as I go and the progress I make on it. So, stay tuned for a part 2, maybe a part 3 on it. Who knows what we're going to do with it. Okay, well, that's going to do it for this week's video on the Fairlane. I wished I could have got it out and took it down the road or out in the yard a little bit. Maybe burn a tire or something like that. But transmission said not going to happen. So I got to go with what the transmission says. I'm not pushing it. I'll get it out of this shop, clean this mess up in here, make it smell good again. And I thank you for watching my video. Thank you for subscribing to my channel too. I'm getting on up there. I'm going to be up there with the vice grip guys, you know, and the channel lock guys and the good pliers and pole barn things and all that. I'm just plugging them, ain't I? Yeah, that's my competition. I got to watch it. Hey, you guys, I'm coming. I may be here and you may be way up there. Dead car rescue is coming. By the way, sleeper dude, like him too. Y'all have a good night. Y'all have a good day wherever you're at. And thank you for watching my videos. Thank you to my subscribers. Thank you to my subscribers. And I'll catch you on the next video. Bye-bye, y'all.